Hiya, Zan here, welcome back to another speed build. So today we are building on this 40 by 30 lot in Strangerville, which is the lot called Plateau Place. And I've just been wanting to do a largish kind of family suburban house. And yeah, like usually I think I'm stronger in the interior design side of building in The Sims. And that's kind of what I usually enjoy more, but I've been wanting to get better at doing actual house builds. And I don't think I'm so much into the more traditional house builds. So I thought I'd give a go at a modern one instead. Googling modern house builds for inspiration, and I came across one on Pinterest and I really liked the front exterior of it. Well, there was only a picture of that, so I kind of based it around that, but changed up all the wallpaper colors, and then the back of the house I just kind of made up. But yeah, I'm actually really proud with how this turned out. I haven't really done too many of the larger builds because, as I said, I usually focus more on the interior of things or do kind of smaller builds. So yeah, I'm quite happy with how this turns out in the end. And so the neighborhood this lot is located in, all the pre-made houses are more kind of traditional looking, I guess, for this neighborhood and this world, but I think like a modern one like this really suits it quite nicely. And what I did was made sure with the landscaping it looked like it was really built for this lot. So I go into the debug menu and I find like those flattish rocks you see there at the front driveway, as well as some of those cactus plants that aren't in the normal build and buy menu, and I kind of do that round design with the rocks just to make it all blend in nicely. I still find it a bit frustrating with like the driveway there's a kind of pebble texture, but the one that they give you in The Sims is like just the wrong shade a bit, so I tried to blend it into that bit in the corner there, and I think it kind of works in the end, but I wish it would like match a bit more those things. Also, like the dirt texture on the outside of this lot, it's quite a rich orangey red, and we don't really have anything like that in build and buy. Like it's just the wrong kind of color, so I tried my best with that, but it was kind of impossible to match it completely. But yeah, here I'm just going between kind of painting the exterior of the house and figuring that out, and then kind of sorting out the floor plan on the inside. Also the stairs, I always find those a bit tricky to place because I want them out of the way, but now that we have the option to kind of move the stairs, twist them around, it is a little bit easier. So they can just kind of be placed in there with a wall around them, and they're not too in the way of everything. But yeah, doing this build was a bit funny because usually, as I said before, I'm usually quite confident with the interior part of builds. So I originally started upstairs where the bedrooms were, and I just tried for ages the different wallpapers and furniture, and it just didn't seem to come together like it usually did. So I kind of left that and headed downstairs to furnish, and ended up loving how the downstairs went. So kind of went back upstairs with that aesthetic and redid the entire upstairs. But here I was just trying to do a pool that I had seen in another build where they had round edges of a balcony kind of overlapping on the pool. But I couldn't quite get that to work because I think you need to make a floor on a level above and then drag it down to the floor. But yeah, I just couldn't get it to work on this one, but I definitely want to try it another time in a different build. But here's what I was talking about. I was trying to blend it in, and I've got those rocks there from the debug menu, and this from university, just like a really cool plant that kind of goes up the front of the build. I just wish that with the debug items you were able to use the eyedrop tool on them, because it's quite frustrating kind of going through that menu to find it each time. So sometimes I just like grab a whole bunch of them and place them on the lot. Better to have too many and delete some rather than having to go through that menu countless times. But yeah, I really like the landscaping on this build as well. Just under this balcony here, I did a bunch of little plants and put in a bird feeder, and also behind that kind of column there, I put a rubbish bin and just one of those decoration boxes to take down the light decorations that randomly appear, because I'm not too much of a fan of those. I'm finding they're still appearing on the neighboring houses in the game, even if there's no holiday, and they don't seem to disappear. So I'm not sure if that's a glitch, but it's kind of annoying because, yeah, not too into those random lights. But also in the backyard, I thought it'd be cool to use this new spa that came with the 20th anniversary update. It wasn't really update, it was just a gift of a spa that everyone got upset about, which is fair enough, but I haven't really used it in my game yet, so I thought I would place that here and just kind of make a cute outdoor area for sunbathing. And I think we put in a barbecue. Yeah, I would love to have a backyard like this. That would be the dream. I'm kind of curious what sim packs will be coming up next, because the last one we had was only a stuff pack, the tiny living one. So I'm wondering if we might be getting an expansion soon. I know they had like a survey about hotels and winter sports, so I'm wondering if a pack like that might be next, or if something else will be before that. Yeah, I'm just wanting a new game pack. Not that we already have quite a bit in the game, but new pack, or as I think I said in a previous video, it would be nice if they kind of updated the actual base game in terms of gameplay and also some base game items. I can't remember who, but I was watching a speed build and I remember someone mentioning like it would be nice if they would update some of the textures from the base game, because they don't really go with the newer packs. Because I think as they've been doing the packs, I guess for like 4 or 5 years now, like they've gotten a lot better at creating the textures in the game, and like the newer items are just so much better than the base game items. They're a bit just a bit plain, I guess. Like if they could update those textures a bit to kind of mesh better with the newer items, that might be kind of cool. I don't really see that happening, but it's a nice thought anyway. So here upstairs, as I said before, like it just wasn't really working to begin with. Here I originally had this as one child's room, but it was kind of big and I wasn't too into it, so we ended up splitting that into 2 rooms here, which one is a toddler and one just a normal kid's room. Also, I don't know what was happening with those hamster tube wall decals. I couldn't get them to work. Like there's actually so many different pieces available to kind of place together, but there were none that were going across, so it didn't really make sense. So I just ended up deleting them. But also just on the balcony there for the toddler's room, I put like a little paddle pool, which is kind of cute. And here we're just moving on to the bathrooms. There's one kind of main bathroom up here, which is more what the kids would use, I guess, and guests. And then next door, the master bedroom has its own ensuite, which has like a spa and toilet in it. But yeah, this bathroom is quite large, so I was just trying to fill it up with a bunch of different items. And I thought that cabinet there from Spa Day was quite neat as a storage item. And then of course this season's one with all the towels that I think I use in every single build, so I included that as well. But here we're just moving back down to the kitchen, and I'm really enjoying those windows from Discover University at the moment, like in a kitchen space just across all the counters, so the sim can like look out while they're using the sink or cooking food. They just work really well, I think. So yeah, I'm always trying to match the counters to the cabinets, and I know for most counters they come with matching cabinets, but I find often that the color swatch for the same one still isn't quite right. So I've been trying to match more like different styles of counters and cabinets, and this kitchen was just a whole mishmash match of different things, but I think it kind of works in the end. Another thing I'll say about the cabinets that I find frustrating is, you know how with the counter pieces, the end counter pieces are a bit shorter, but you can't get end cabinet pieces that are also shorter, so that it matches up at the top and bottom, which I find quite frustrating. See here, it kind of goes over a bit too much. I don't know. It was really annoying me, so I just kind of moved things around a bit, and I think it still is a bit hanging over the top for the cabinets, but I just kind of gave up in the end. Like, it is what it is. And some of the other cabinet pieces have like those shelves with different tins and stuff in them, which I thought was quite neat, so I added that to it as well. But yeah, this is quite a decently sized kitchen, I would say, so perfect for a big family. I would still like some more counters in the game. I think the last ones we got were possibly in the magic pack, but they just have quite a lot going on with them. Like, it's quite a busy texture, so I don't think I've ever used them apart from the one build I did in that world. Here, this bar counter is from Get Famous. I thought the wood paneling on it kind of matched the other counters, even though the top part isn't white, but I thought it kind of worked pretty well. I really love the high chairs there from the Tiny Living pack. I think I end up changing them to red, and that red kind of carries on to the dining room. It's just going to be in front of the kitchen here, and then also to the living room on the left side. So it all kind of ties together soon, as you will see. And I think I remembered everything in this build, like the kitchen sink, the rubbish bin, laundry baskets. Did I put laundry baskets in? No, I'm sure I did, in the bathrooms upstairs. The only thing I missed out was the toilet roll in this downstairs bathroom, because I just kind of chucked a toilet in the laundry room in case the Sims are down here and need to use it rather than running upstairs. But yeah, I think that's the only thing missing from this. It's actually got quite a few downloads on the gallery on the first day that I uploaded it, so it was kind of cool. I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, also with this dining room, on the other side you'll see I use the kind of fake fireplace, which I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like an old fireplace that was then changed to just be the exterior, or if it's just supposed to be a fake fireplace. I don't know, I'm overthinking this too much. But I just put like the heater in from the vampire pack, which I've seen some people do, which is kind of cool looking, but I don't know if it makes sense for this build since it's a modern house and there probably wouldn't have been a fireplace there in the first place. I don't know, we'll see if I keep it in for my gameplay. But yeah, just heading over to the living room here. I think we get most of the furniture here that stays to the end, but that rug there changes, because I don't know, I do like that one from Island Living, but we end up with just a bit of a nicer neutral one, I think, or was it bright? I can't really remember. Also this light here from Tiny Living, I like that it's got the shelf at the bottom, but it's strange that items don't what's the word, like stick to it. Oh gosh, I'm losing my vocabulary. But in one of the live streams for the Tiny Living pack, they actually talked about this light and how that shelf was put there as like a space saver, so you could put items on it. And for them, I'm sure I remember this, that it actually worked, but in the game it doesn't. You have to actually play around to get the items moved there, but yeah, so not sure what's happening with that. Here we're just doing the laundry and the toilet, to where I've forgotten that toilet roll, as I said before. And then next to it we have a study room, but it's also kind of a spare bedroom as well. I guess if they have like a guest staying over or something, so I put the Murphy bed in there. I hope that doesn't kill the guest that they have over, because the Murphy beds are pretty dangerous unless you upgrade them, as I have found. So yeah, I also thought maybe if you upgraded all the items in your house and then uploaded it to the gallery that it might keep, but I never really thought about it. So yeah, because I had upgraded all these items, like I had a sim that had a handiness of 10, go around and do everything. I saved the build and I put it in another neighborhood, just because, side note, it's really annoying when you want to do like videos and screen captures if it's in the wrong season. Like I wanted this build to be in summer, so I had to go to a new save and put in the game, but yeah, then all those items that you've upgraded just go back to the original kind of non-upgraded version. But anyhow, it's not really a big deal, just something I learnt 5 years into the game, I guess. But yeah, at this point in the build, I've pretty much got everything in place. I'm just going around changing a few different items or adding more items in. As I've said before, I can't really just stay in one place for builds. I kind of go all over the place, which I guess isn't the best for when you're doing a video. But yeah, this shelving unit at the front, I was just kind of chucking in a bunch of items to make it look like it's actually being used. I've played with like a little bit of CC build items recently, and they're actually so good that the items can just snap. That's the word I was looking for before. Snap. They just snap in place to the shelves with such ease, and it just surprises me that they haven't updated that in the actual game. Like, so it can actually be done that you have any items just snap in place, but it's always such a large amount of effort to do that with the normal game items. But yeah, here's the master bedroom. I might have like skipped over some parts of it, but I went back to it and just kind of brightened it up because it was just looking too bland the first time round that I did it. So I really like how it's actually turned out in the end. I think it can be quite easy with modern builds that they become too cold and stony looking, so I really wanted this interior to be quite vibrant and warm. And yeah, I think that worked out really well. But here we're just coming to the end, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this modern build, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!